I wanted to talk to you about like how things have evolved and changed, because we're quite a similar age. You're almost 40 in September, 39 years of age right now. I'm 37, I'm going to be 38 later on this year. And I've been a fan, not an artist, but a fan of your work and some of your affiliates for a long time. But I have seen the change from like garage, you know, grime, drill. There's loads of different like versions of like rap, I would call it, or hip hop and R&B. And I was saying earlier that I feel like now it's very, very high paced, which in some cases that's good, because a star can emerge, rise very quickly and become a megastar, like really, really quickly, thanks to social media and thanks to strategies and stuff. But equally, I feel like they can fall away very, very quickly at the same time. I wanted to get your version of that, and how have you seen the music industry change, GFresh, since you started as an artist?
So first of all, I'd say I don't think it's something that's just unique to music. You'll probably see it in the art world too more than you did before. I think it's just the whole, Andy Warhol, was it 15 Minutes of Fame or whatever?
Yeah.
And I think nobody could foresee how that would happen, and that 15 minutes was relatively a long time when he said that, whereas now your 15 minutes probably can be 15 minutes. You can go viral. People will know who you are for 15 minutes and probably forget 15 minutes later. And I just think because we're in the age where we're fighting for people's attention more than ever. When we were young, there were 5 channels, then it gets to Sky and there's all these channels and cable, and then now you've got channels and streaming and social media platforms and everything else going on in your phone, that everyone's attention span is so short that it would be, there's always something new, essentially. So I think that shortens the lives of anybody that is in the limelight in general. So anybody who manages to maintain any sort of career for a long period of time is way more special than they ever were in the past. And also because back in the day, things were controlled more by the gatekeepers, mostly TV, radio, and press. And now entry to the music industry has been somewhat democratized because the gatekeepers are now the people. So before, when they could control what the people saw, then they could champion certain things for X amount of time and create that longevity in a career, whereas now no one's kind of in charge of that, and it's a Wild West and everybody's just fighting each other for attention. So yeah, the up and down thing is inevitable, and it probably exists in all forms of art or anywhere else. And how has the music industry changed from when we were there? As I said, it's been democratized. Some of the barriers to entry have been reduced. There's more money, there's more attention. The lines of genre and music have been blurred somewhat, whereas before I think something like pop music meant a complete particular sound, whereas now pop is essentially the most popular music in whatever genre there is, right? And now I think there's a lot more attention's been spread by an act before probably had to be a super fan. No, sorry, a fan before had to be a super fan of an act in order to actually spend money on them. You had to really care about an artist to walk to the shop and buy that single. You had to care about an artist to download the song. Now I can be a passive listener a lot easier than before. And so I can be a fan of way more music in general because I'm getting more bang for my buck. Before, if people are spending $9.99 a month on Spotify, that's their music budget. So how much were they really going to spend on music? That means you're going to go and buy one album a month. So that gives you, essentially, even if you bought a new artist every month, you'd only really going through becoming a fan of 12 artists, right? which is still a high number. Now I can listen to a plethora of acts and become a fan, a passive fan. I can still spend a little bit of money, and I think because of that, there's a bit more money across the board for everyone. There are still the megastars, but everyone's getting a little bit of the pie.